Hey, welcome to this broadcast of Neurs TV. My name is Frank Codina. I'm CEO here at Neurs.com, and I want to welcome you to this special broadcast where we're going to be revealing and going through the entrepreneur account. A lot of folks have been asking us about this, the details, the pricing, the features, and we're going to go through everything, every detail today. It's going to be exciting. But before we get into all those details, I'd like to go through a little bit of a Neurs update, okay, where we are right now, and let's begin with that. So we're getting ready right now, basically doing all the preparations in the background for our soft launch starting on March the 15th. So just be aware, we're basically 3 weeks away, 3.5 weeks away from our first soft launch. More details to come on that. And a lot of you will be able to go through the upgrade process, the affiliate upgrade process, and actually make it to the other side of the site. And there'll be a lot of tools you'll be able to see come March 15th. Remember that our official launch now is being scheduled for April the 15th. Also, I just want to mention that the affiliate page continues to get amazing results right now. More than 80% of all of our new members are coming in through the affiliate page, and boy, they're coming in. Right now, we have an incredible surge in the numbers, okay? Every single day I check the numbers, and they're ever increasing by the thousands, almost on an hourly basis now. We're into 191 countries on Earth. That's hard to understand, hard to fathom, okay? And we're just excited about the growth of the reach at this point, okay? So another little quick announcement, quick update is the languages. Everyone just be aware that we have added now Russian and French to the site last week, which is great, okay? And so now we support obviously English and Spanish, Bulgarian, Italian, Norwegian, Portuguese, Swedish, and now Russian and French have also been added to the site, which is great. And by the way, we're working on several languages. We are 100% complete now with Dutch, okay? And that'll be coming online hopefully by Monday morning. It'll be online. After that, by the way, we have many other languages, including German, that's 90% complete at this point, okay? And remember that we will add new languages to the site once we have about 100 registered users in any country where the spoken language is not supported by Neurs. And then we will work on adding subtitles to the videos once we reach at least 1,000 users. And so on. So just a little announcement also, we just added the subtitles to our first set of videos, which is the Italian videos, okay? So right now, anyone who goes to the site and changes their language to Italian can actually see now the videos, the first video and the second video, even when they're registered with Italian subtitles. And by the way, we're adding, hopefully just in the next 24 hours, we're adding Portuguese subtitles as well. And then we have a lot of other subtitles. Bulgarian's coming right after that. And a lot of other subtitles will be added very shortly here as we're trying to make our platform more user-friendly for the world. Just a little tidbit, actually, I looked online to see, you know, how much of the world are we covering with these languages. And it turns out that we're reaching right now, we can reach potentially about 3 billion people worldwide, 3 of the 7 billion, okay? That's about 45% of the world's population can now understand what our website says, okay? Which is great. And then all the videos now are going to come into the with the subtitles, so then everything will be available in every language. And we're working like crazy with a lot of different people around the world to make sure that we can actually get our message out, these types of messages, okay, to people in their languages. So we're committed at Neurs to being a global platform, and we're committed to getting the languages. And you're seeing it live. You're seeing a very young platform that's 3 weeks old get out and already be in this many languages. And really, it's all thanks to our great translators, all of our great community members. These are not paid translators. These are community members that have said, hey, I want to translate the site. I want to do this. Talked to a great man, great gentleman this past Friday that actually said, hey, I'll do the Greek for you, and actually has stepped it up and is basically completing all the Greek translations in a couple of days. And we have so many of you that I want to thank for all of your work that you have done to make that happen, okay? So let's talk today about the account types. So again, Neurs is going to be offering the following account types, as you know. We're going to be offering the entrepreneur account, the provider account, and the full access member account. Next week, we're going to cover the full access member account. Last week, we already covered the provider account, so that video is on the blog regarding that. But today, we're going to focus on the entrepreneur account. So let's talk about that real quickly, okay? How did this all happen? How did we get to this point where we can talk about an entrepreneur account? Well, a couple of years ago, I had a conversation with one of my younger brothers. Here's his photo, that actually changed the direction of my life forever. He came into my office and he said, Frank, I need help, okay? I want to start my own business. I don't know what to do. I don't want a job. I'm looking at the employment picture. I'm graduating from college, and really I don't know what to do. I want to start my own business. I just don't know what business to start. And that kind of startled me, because most people that I've talked to, they already knew, they already have an idea, they had a business they want to start, and most of these people come asking for money, right? But my brother said, I want you to help me find my ideal business. And I didn't even know that an ideal business existed. I said, I'm going to help you. I said, what else do you need? And he said, I need connections. I need you to open up your connections database, so to speak, and help me basically start my business. And I said, and what else do you need? And he said, well, I need money. So we talked and we talked, and we figured out that he needed a concept, he needed connections, and he needed capital. From that conversation emerged what today has become Neurs.com and the launch you're about to witness in the next couple of weeks. And that's exciting because it all started from a conversation I had with my younger brother, okay? And like I said, he needed a concept, he needed connections, and he needed capital. And there's the birth of Neurs.com. So why the entrepreneur account? Well, let's review a little bit of the options. When I did my research into what was available, in other words, I went home and I said, I'm going to help my brother find his ideal business. I was startled to find the incredible fragmentation of the business world, the opportunity business world. This is what I found. I found there's over 3,500, almost 4,000 franchise opportunities in North America, more than 10,000 in Europe, and 20,000 of them globally. Okay, so there's tons of brands, tons of diversity, tons of different industries. There's just tons of it out there. Okay, then we found there are thousands of business opportunities like social marketing companies, direct selling opportunities, affiliate programs, and so many others. Obviously, network marketing and direct selling and all that kind of stuff in North America. And by the way, perhaps 2 or 3 times that amount worldwide. Okay, so there's not a lack of opportunities. There seems to be plenty of opportunities out there. Okay, and then there's of course what we like to call the generic business models that anyone can use to get into business for themselves, okay? What are these generic business models? These are basically a business idea or a concept that somebody can start today and put their own brand onto it, put their own logo onto it. It could be basically, a bar. It could be a landscaping business. It could be basically a rental, some kind of rental tools or jet ski rental business or whatever, okay? Those type of businesses, those out-of-the-box businesses, which is what we call generic business ideas. And I said to myself, wow, how come there isn't one database? In fact, that was kind of like, my conclusion that there isn't a single database that has all of these opportunities, all of these business ideas, all of these franchises, all indexed in one location. And that's a dream that I started seeing. I started saying, wow, this could be something really awesome. If somebody put something like that together, I actually started thinking about, how I would fund or how I would basically find the right entrepreneur types that will want to tackle this challenge. I saw it as a major challenge. In fact, I spoke to a few entrepreneurs that were launching entrepreneurial type businesses at that point that were seeking capital, and I try to sell them on this idea. I try to sell them on the idea that there needed to be a website that united all of these business ideas, all of these opportunities into one, and index the world of business opportunity. I thought that would be a great challenge. That would be a challenge that would be a worthwhile cause. A really hard thing to do, but I thought it was something that can be done if it was correctly crowdsourced, if it was correctly presented onto the world. And guess what? Nobody bought my idea. So kind of facing the challenge that this was not going to be done by anybody else. That's why it hasn't been done to this point. We built a team and we decided to do it ourselves. We decided that the world needed a one local platform where all the business ideas, opportunities, everything, franchises, all of them meet and find people on a compatibility basis, okay? That's the uniqueness of what Neurs.com offers. So my biggest conclusion was the following. Number one, obviously there isn't a single place on the internet where an aspiring entrepreneur can find their most compatible business idea or opportunity. There just isn't, okay? Number two, there isn't a single place on the internet where in the same location where you can find your most compatible business ideas, you can actually learn how to start a business with very simple and organized educational tools, okay? There isn't a single place in the internet also where people can connect with thousands of business service providers and business opportunity providers where the world meets. There isn't such a place, okay? And then finally, there isn't a place on the internet, not a single place where also people can find the capital resources they need to make their ideas come to life. So understanding that challenge, saying, wow, wouldn't it be neat if something like that existed? We set out to build that. So here's a fact for you. Fact, most people that want to be entrepreneurs, the fact that they never even begin. That's kind of sad, but true, okay? And those that do, by the way, tend to experience high failure rates. Now, I want you to understand something, okay? I'm not talking about business failure rates as a whole. You've seen probably a video that we produced called Did You Know? Where we're actually the National Federation of Businesses, Small Businesses, actually has declared that's a little bit of a myth, okay? Most businesses that are launched correctly do succeed. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that want to be entrepreneurs and don't launch their businesses correctly, and there's where we believe there's a high failure rate. So let's go through why these high failure rates from our point of view, okay? Number one, most people do not get engaged in a compatible business. So they get engaged or they start incompatible businesses with their core values. Well, you can't be successful at something that you're not truly passionate about. That's one of our beliefs, okay? They don't have the education or the guidance from the experts that can help them, sort through all the issues and challenges that inevitably will come up, okay? And finally, they lack the capital and the resources even to find that capital to start their businesses. Those are the three challenges. In fact, we felt so passionate about solving this, okay, solving this dilemma, that we decided to write a book to really expose this great challenge, but then to provide very concrete solutions to this challenge. The book is titled Start Now, which is a book that we co-authored, myself and one of our co-founders here at Neurs.com, Dr. Dennis Cavier. He's an author himself of over 10 business books, an incredible and a passionate person about entrepreneurship. And so we got together, started brainstorming about, how can we present a business book, a new kind of business book that doesn't dabble into the startup and all these things that everybody wants to talk about. Instead, let's talk about regular, you could say mundane or basic businesses that people can start to make money and change their lives. Why isn't more people talking about the fact that network marketing or social marketing or even affiliate marketing, there are great business opportunities out there? Why are more people talking about startups in that nature? Why are most people not talking about franchising as a startup? Franchises, by definition, if you intend to go into a new market and grow a franchise from zero, you are by definition starting a startup, even if it's a recognized brand, okay? And why are more people talking about generic businesses? See, you don't have to have a harebrained, crazy, brilliant idea that you want to elaborate and create from scratch. You don't have to do that. That's what this book says. And then the book goes on to tell you what kind of business you should start, how to find the most compatible one for you. We do that obviously through a book, which is not the optimal way. The digital way is better. That's why Neurs.com exists. And then we go on to educate the user, give them little tidbits from our Neurs University training series, just a few of them, okay, to get them basically knowledgeable on their path of success. And that's what Start Now is all about. By the way, you can read more about it on startnowbook.com. The book is not available for sale yet. We do have it. We do have the book, here at the office, and people have gotten the book physically that we've either given them as a gift or some of them actually bought it at a local event that we did. But other than that, the book is not available for sale yet. You can obviously get a digital copy of it by getting it through completing 6 invitations on Neurs.com. And by the way, we're going to make those books, the actual physical book, we're going to make it available to all of you who have 6 or more invited guests to the Neurs.com platform that actually attend one of our launch meetings starting April the 15th. So after April the 15th, we'll be doing country by country launches, okay? As we add currencies and countries, we're going to start with the US, make our way up to Spain, then we're going to do the UK, we're going to do, obviously, Colombia now is on our radar, obviously Bulgaria is on our radar. We'll see if they develop the numbers that we need in order to do an in-country launch, but that's going to be where the books will be available physically and given out to those people that attend the launch events. Just be aware of that, okay? And by the way, we are planning on translating the book. We already have all the languages that are on the website on the radar, but we have not started to do that. We're a little bit behind that because we have a lot of other things to worry about, but we're going to get it done for sure in Spanish, and then from there we'll work our way to other languages, okay? So we decided to build the real solution, what we thought was the real solution. So think about the solutions that exist right now. If there is an eHarmony, for example, that helps people, find love, okay? And if there's a Match.com that helps people that are looking for each other find each other, these platforms exist. Why couldn't there be one where business providers of opportunities or services and entrepreneurs get to meet? That's what we set out to do. And we set it out to do because we looked at the world, we looked at the inefficient tools that exist, and it drove us crazy. Facebook is not the platform to connect with opportunities. It is great for friends, it is great for family, picture sharing, comments, people have a great time doing all that, but really it's not an ideal place to make business connections, and obviously not the place to find your ideal business opportunity and training and all that kind of stuff. LinkedIn is closer, but yet still so far. LinkedIn is a great platform if you're trying to further your career, but you will find a few providers here and there, but the reality is they will not educate you on how to build your business, and they will not offer you your ideal business concept. That's why this platform is different, okay? Because none of these platforms that I'm talking about were ever created with the entrepreneur in mind. They were created obviously with something else in mind. But Neurs.com is created with the entrepreneur in mind. So some more inefficient tools that exist out there. How about the franchise fairs, right? the expos that exist out there? Well, these are basically a hodgepodge of business opportunities that you basically walk into, and we believe most people walk out more confused than they walked in. In fact, I have gone to these things, okay, and I have been to these fairs and expositions, business opportunities and franchising expositions. I can tell you, I walked out more confused than I walked in. And I think the providers that go to these things, they go to them, hoping to find their ideal candidates, but they have to basically see so many people, talk to so many people to find the right candidate, okay? And we believe we can be more efficient when it's done the web way, right? And finally, all these websites that are franchising websites, okay? Franchise referral lead programs online may be free, obviously, in some cases, but there's something inherently wrong when basically those franchises are being paid by the 200 or 300 companies that they have listed in there to recommend to you, not to really recommend it, for you to search for the one that you think is best for you. So again, you see how this is not the right, inefficient way to do things, right? There's a better way, right? It could even be overwhelming. So what are the alternative? Well, how about hiring a consultant? That is a legitimate solution. And by the way, we've spoken to consultants. We've spoken to business consultants that their job is to place people in the right business opportunities. We know what that community is. We've spoken to many of them. In fact, we reached out to a company that does this, okay, for a living. They charge people, and guess what? What they do is phenomenal. They do basically a little bit what Neurs.com does. They do it differently, and it's totally targeted at a different audience, but they charge a lot. The average cost per hour is going to run you into the hundreds. And by the way, some of these companies that we interviewed charge thousands of dollars to get you matched up with the right business entity, okay? And by the way, you have to go with the ones, in our opinion, that really are unbiased. In other words, they're not getting paid on the back end by the franchisors. They should be the ones that you're paying them to do the search for you. But understand, people do this. People pay this. There's a multi-million-dollar industry, really hundreds of million-dollar industry in the world where people are basically helping people get matched up. And a lot of these providers have looked at our site and have said, wow, what a phenomenal platform. We want to participate in yours because there's a way for them to participate. We're not cutting them out in any way, shape, or form. They could be there aiding and providing those franchises and those entrepreneurs that are looking for the right business match, okay? So what's the Neurs solution? We aim to become the most important meeting point on the internet for both the aspiring entrepreneur and the providers of business opportunities and services, for both of these groups, okay? So where does it all start? Well, for an entrepreneur, it begins with the Neurs profile. What is the Neurs profile? Well, the Neurs profile is a 70 question questionnaire, not to be redundant, but basically it goes into your skill sets. It asks you about your skill sets, past experience. It asks you about, your hobbies, even your interests, okay? It talks about your personality. It goes into your capacity to adapt to a new business and even your suitability in terms of financials and all that kind of stuff. So we gather a lot of information about our users in order to take this questionnaire and then plug it into our business suggestion engine, okay? This is a mathematical algorithm, okay, a system that tells you now, that goes into our database through a process that we've created to identify which business opportunities and services you have the highest compatibility ranking with. The goal is to provide you what we call a PCP score, which is your probability of compatibility for profitability score, kind of a tongue twister, so we call it the PCP score. And so basically our database is filled with over 500 different ideas and opportunities and generic business ideas and franchises. And then the system comes back and says, look, these are the business ideas and opportunities starting from the highest ranked for you that you match the highest and fastest and best with, okay? And then you can start going through all of them. By the way, we give you the first three. The entrepreneur account gets the first three business ideas and opportunity for free, no matter what they are. So it could be 3 generic ideas that you rank very highly with. It could be 3 franchises or 3 business opportunities, or it could be 1 of each, or it could be, so we give you basically a good selection. And then from there, you get to decide whether you want to go further. You want to go see the next 3 matches and the next 3 matches. So it's a little bit like an eHarmony in that sense, okay? A little bit like it for the business world, okay? In fact, let me show you mine. So I did my personality, my Neurs profile, and it came out, when I saw this, I was really shocked. My #1 business recommended for me, for Frank Codina, was a business called Proforma, which, by the way, I'd never heard of, which is exciting because I like that Neurs can bring about new information, fresh information, new exciting things, new ideas to really, even if you say, I'm not even really interested in that one opportunity, but that opportunity makes you think about, wow, why am I compatible with that business? And all of a sudden that leads you into the road of finding the right business for you. That's what Neurs is about. It's not about saying you must do this business. It's about opening your mind to what is most compatible for you. Hopefully you get that point. But I went ahead and clicked on learn more for Proforma, and I got to see information about the company, got to see their social links. I was able to connect to them right from our site, got to see what investment was required from me, even videos right there on my screen that I could see where a guy actually explained to me what Proforma was about. The minute I read the description, the income potential, the educational training that they provide, and where to begin, everything about them, I understood why the system recommended it to me. It's a company that deals with entrepreneurship. It's a company that deals with digital things, okay? And it's a company that's about consulting and helping people find the right match. Think about that, right? What are the odds that the system will find a business opportunity that match to the core, my core values, things that I'm really passionate and excited about? And that's what this does. We had another one of our key leaders here run their profile, and their number one business was a wine store type of business, right? You know, amazingly enough, this person really feels really passionate about wine collecting and activities related to food and wine and all that kind of stuff. So they all of a sudden found a business opportunity they didn't even know existed that matched their core values, right? But what can you do? You can go further. You can say, you know what? This is what I want to do. I want to search. I want to do a search because, you know what, I'm not interested in franchises. I'm interested in business ideas only. Or I want to do a search because I'm not interested in business ideas or franchises. I'm more into the business opportunity. What are the hottest, you know, and highest compatibility ranked business opportunities for me? Which one should I be pursuing and all that kind of stuff? Well, you can do that. Or you can search, as you can see here, you can search by your PCP scores. You can say, I want the business ideas and opportunities that are the highest ranked for me. Or you can actually go ahead and search for the ones that are the lowest ranked for you. Now, you may be saying to yourself, why would I want to see business ideas and opportunities that are low ranked? Well, sometimes you will figure it out, and this is what we figured out through our research, that you're better off learning what not to do. That's going to tell you probably a lot more than what to do. How many people do you know that have worked like crazy, invested their time, energy, money into businesses that later on, a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, they realize they didn't have that compatibility with? And we didn't have to tell them. They knew that. They found that out the hard way, unfortunately. We don't have that many years to spend in our lives going through the wrong stuff. The Neurs is an efficient tool to help you find the things that are the most compatible, but also teach you what you should be avoiding, okay? That's really important. So I want to make an important disclosure right now, and that's that our current database, again, I said it already, is over 500 business ideas, opportunities, franchises. They're available in English, and we've actually gone through the hard work, okay, of getting all of these things, you know, thousands of words in each one of these, okay, into Spanish as well. But they're intended for a North American market, okay? These are opportunities that are mostly North America, even though we've been very carefully, we've hand-selected these companies to participate in this pilot program. We're going to call this a pilot program, okay? We kind of introduce, we kind of have waiting for you on the other side all of these big databases of all these ideas and opportunities, sort of like as a test mechanism, as an initial group, okay, of things that you can search for, business opportunities you can search for. And by the way, many of them are available in Europe. Many of them are available in other parts of the world. For example, Proforma is available, I believe, in most parts of Europe. It's available in even Australia. So most of these opportunities will be worldwide, but some are not. But that's not the point. The point is that when you go see these opportunities, that you're going to get matched up with the one that's most compatible for you. And you need to be asking yourself, why am I compatible with these businesses? Why is this compatibility so great? That's really important, okay? Also, and here's really the key. As providers join the site, as we get tons of providers that are going to jump on board in April and join the site and actually do all the profiles and all that kind of stuff, and they upload their business opportunity content and franchises, etc., and even the languages of their intended audience, as they do that, okay, more and more businesses will become available to you, to our local users in whatever market globally you are and whatever language you're in. So again, this is I want you to understand that we have done the work of preloading, of pre-selecting some companies. By the way, and we're adding more. Just last week, we added 2 more. We reached out to some providers on our system, and they said, hey, we'll be interested in getting ranked. You know, they're already in the platform, but we found out a couple of providers, one is a franchise and one is a direct selling organization, that said, hey, we're already in the platform. We're already signed up. We're already referring people that we know to it. I mean, we love what you guys are doing. Can we be in that database? And we're like, sure. So we got their information, already uploaded 2 more. So if you're out there, you're a franchisor, if you're basically a director, or you have some kind of responsibility with a direct selling organization or a network marketing company, reach out to us and we will try to put you in for this pre-launch. But again, once we get through April the 15th, there's going to be a process for providers to do it themselves, to actually upload their content. It's always managed. There's always a curating team behind the scenes that's going to be doing all the work. I'm making sure it's all correct. But understand that's how it's going to work, okay? So again, we're going to put the languages and we're going to put more businesses in their intended languages. All right, so entrepreneurs can also post requests to the community. So now, what is a request? An entrepreneur can say, hey, I need help incorporating my business. Hey, I need help branding my company. Hey, I need help with accounting. Hey, I need help with, whatever the help may be. That's a request. So an entrepreneur can post a request to the community. Remember that providers post offers to the communities, and these two things kind of merge together in one searchable database. But that's really neat how that from there is where connections get made. Okay, so let's do a little recap real quick. Okay, so entrepreneurs can learn their most compatible business ideas, can learn about their most compatible business ideas, post requests to our community of providers. We talked about that right now. They can also search for specific provider profiles and request proposals from them. That's another thing that entrepreneurs can do. They can go to the searchable database of providers and say, hey, I'm looking, instead of posting a request and waiting to hear from people, I want to find the provider that's right for me. So they're going to say, hey, I want a provider that does this, that is in this area, and you can basically even put a zip code to it, and you can find the people that you're looking for. Or you can also access, as an entrepreneur, our online training facility. Basically, our online educational courses provided by, number one, our provider. That's really who we want to provide this educational content the most, okay? And the Neurs University faculty. Now, what is Neurs University all about? Neurs University is an idea that emerged about a year and a half ago, more or less, as we were looking at, providers will come into the site, they will bring their content, they're going to put up their educational content because they want to attract people to their message, sure. But how long is that going to take for it to be efficient? So we said, look, it's going to take a while. So why don't we do this? While we're waiting for providers to put up all their content, it's going to be a few months, maybe even a year before we have thousands and thousands and thousands of available content. Why don't we create something really of great value for the community? And that's where the idea for Neurs University emerged. And we went out and we hired the best people to do our research, to do our workbooks, to do our training manuals, everything we got, and even videos, okay, to teach university. This is what we wanted to do. This is a really aggressive goal. We want to teach university-style quality training, educational training for businesses. In fact, we wanted to title it Business Education for the Rest of Us. And really, we felt that way because we felt that high-quality university-style business education it's really for who can afford it. At the big universities, and obviously getting a degree involved in that. This is not a university thing, by the way. This is not a title thing yet. We're working with universities to get this accredited, but right now it's not accredited, so don't even think about that, okay? But they're great courses. And what we did is we took those courses and actually brought it down to earth. We brought it down to speaking in a readable format and exercises that the average person, okay, basically can gather, can intake, and actually can process rather quickly, okay? So let me show you real quickly. This is the university online courses curriculum. Each course comes with several videos that goes through the entire curriculum and a workbook that basically includes exercises, self-assessments. It's really phenomenal work. And we've had an expert in Spain who's basically a global expert on this type of stuff, really kind of put the final touches on the material, and he's done a phenomenal job. I want to thank Mario Rodriguez for his involvement in this project, okay? And so let me quickly talk about Neurs University. So we have actually now fully completed 14 out of the 50 classes we set out to do. This is not an easy task. There's a lot of work behind the scenes that goes into it, okay? A lot of people involved in it. But basically, we have classes, for example. These are the things you're going to be able to learn on your first month being in Neurs once we launch again in April. You're going to be able to learn about evaluating business ideas or your business idea, naming your business, how to protect your intellectual property rights. We talk about patents, copyrights, all that kind of stuff. Choosing the correct legal entity for your business, evaluating business partners, developing your business plan, how and where to raise capital, negotiating the best leasing terms with your landlord, different types of loans that are available, understanding the taxes that will obviously impact your business, finding the right location for your business, and key traits for successful entrepreneurs. These are just 14 of the 50 classes that we have. We have an accounting class that we're working on right now. There's 4 or 5 other classes that are being done as we speak, okay? And then every month, we're gonna have 4 or 5 new classes that are gonna be being added to the platform, okay? But right off the bat, let me tell you right now, we actually went out and priced these classes and said, look, if we were to take these online classes and price them, and we looked at what's being offered out there, by the way, and basically they came back and they said these classes could be priced online easily $20 to $30 on the low end. It could probably be worth more, each of them, okay? An entrepreneur will have access to all of these classes month 1, and they'll be able to go through all of them. So the value in terms of educational material, educational resources is incredible on Neurs.com. So, but what is Neurs really all about? I believe Neurs is all about connections. It's all about the connections that you will make within the platform. See, as you post your requests, as you search for business ideas and opportunities, as you interact with other providers that are putting their educational webinars, or even you interact with the faculty here at Neurs University, you're going to learn so much about the business world. And then you're going to connect with the people that are going to help you every step of the way to make your business idea happen, right? And that's what Neurs is all about. So what we want to do right now is we want to introduce you to Nick. Okay, and this is a short video we produced. I think you're going to find these very, very cute videos. Okay, they're cartoonish, they're drawn. Okay, and they tell the stories. A 2-minute video. We want to make short videos about this. This video and many others that we'll be developing like it are going to be on our page, on the entrepreneur page that we'll be releasing soon. By the way, it looks fantastic. I've gone behind the scenes and look at our design team, and they're doing a phenomenal job there. So you're going to see these videos played. They're going to be embedded into that page as we explain the entire product. But what I want to do right now is show you the Nick video. And after the Nick video, by the way, the Nick video will reveal the pricing a little bit, and I think it's going to make sense to you. And then when we come back from the Nick video, we'll go through pricing and we'll close the event today. So let's go to the Nick video right now.
Meet Nick. He's an aspiring entrepreneur. He would love to start his own business, but like most of the 50 million aspiring entrepreneurs in the US, he just doesn't know what business to start. Even if he had an ideal concept, he lacks knowledge in starting a business and connections to professionals that can help him get started. Oh, and one more thing. He also lacks the capital needed to start a business. Sound familiar? How many people do you know like Nick? Introducing Neurs.com, a company built by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. Here's how it works. After signing up and completing a simple questionnaire, Nick received an email with his top personalized business idea, franchise, and social marketing concept that best matched his core values, interests, and skill sets. He really liked one of the business concepts the most, but wanted to see what other opportunities he was compatible with. He was able to do that by searching for his other highest-rated business suggestions on the site. He quickly found the business of his dreams, a business he didn't even know existed. Nick was ready to begin, but felt he lacked sufficient knowledge to be successful, so he quickly enrolled in the Neurs University. These university quality online courses taught Nick everything he needed to know, from incorporating his business, marketing, accounting, and contracts, to leasing a location, and so much more. Nick also wanted to receive more detailed information, so he chose to attend several educational webinars hosted by our approved providers in the Neurs community. Then, through the use of our connections platform, Nick was able to post a few requests and connect with people who could help him start his business, including a couple of lenders, and even an investor that showed interest in providing Nick the capital needed to get his business idea off the ground. The best part about all of this was that Nick only needed $99 to get started with Neurs, and by just referring a couple of friends to this amazing service, his membership was basically free in future months. Now, Nick is on his way to achieving his dreams of becoming an entrepreneur, and it was all possible because he joined Neurs. Let's get you started on the road to entrepreneurship. Click on the sign up button below and get started today.
Hey, so welcome back from that video, right? Hopefully you like the Nick video. We like it. We think it's a really cool way of explaining what, how we help an entrepreneur. Anyhow, but Nick obviously got his needs met, okay? So he learned about how to start a business. He got a great business idea suggestions. You saw that, right? He interacted with providers, which is great. And now we're going to talk about the pricing. You saw that it's $99, okay? And we believe that's a fair and great price for an entrepreneur. Again, if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking for business ideas, you're looking to make connections with providers, or maybe you already have a business idea and you want to learn how to make that idea work for you, I'm telling you, $99 is going to seem like a steal when it comes to the information that you're going to get, not only from the Neurs University platform, from the provider content, and then from the connections and the capital platforms that we'll bring on board in the months to come. So let's talk about pricing. Once again, you already saw that it's $99 a month. The part that you didn't see is that Nick got, with the $99, he got 1,000 credits. By the way, you're going to see a theme here. Last week we talked about the provider pricing, and it was $99. And now the entrepreneur is $99. One of the cornerstones of Neurs, okay, is our simplicity-based approach. We're always going to approach things and try to make it as simple as possible, especially for you, the affiliate who's going to be marketing this. So how easy would it be to say, hey, look, the provider account, the entrepreneur account, the base starting price is $99 a month. So it's the same for both. It includes the same 1,000 credits, and that we believe that simplicity is really important now. Entrepreneurs get a lot more value than that. But they can also pay $997 for the year. In fact, it's not an annual payment they make, by the way. It's that they can pre-buy $997 worth of credits, which is basically 15,000 credits, which is at a great discount, by the way. It's a 16% less cost with 25% more credits when you pre-buy that amount of credits, just so you know, okay? And any unused credits, of course, always gets rolled over, are always available. Credits never expired. And members, if they were ever run out of credits, they can always purchase more credits to take more actions on the site. So that's our USD pricing. Our Euro pricing, you'll see now on screen, it's 99 euros. Again, for 1,000 credits, 997 for the block of 15,000 credits, and the same rules apply. And by the way, we decided to do, as we explained last week, the euro and the dollar equal, just like Apple does with their product. Look at Apple and look at US pricing, look at pricing in Europe. We've looked at it, it's the same. A lot of companies do that, okay? And we believe that that makes sense going forward because each individual market will have its individual resources and they're each worth what the account is valued at, okay? So how do credits work? Well, basically, every single time you go to the community and you want to post a request, okay, when you post those requests that we talked about, that's 50 credits that are taken out from the 1,000 credits that you get when you start your account. Okay, if you want to remember that you get your first 3 business ideas, your top 3, your most compatible business ideas are included in your first payment in the $99. But if you want additional ones above and beyond the 3, if you want a 4th, a 5th, a 6th, a 10th, a 20th business idea, you can obviously do that, and each of them will cost you 30 credits to look at what those highly compatible patent pending process ideas are suggested to you. Number 3, you can attend an online educational course, whether that be a provider course or university course, doesn't matter. It's still 25 credits to attend each of those classes. So as you can see, you can attend 10 classes in a month and it only costs you 250 credits. So there's plenty of credits. We said that we were going to make the entrepreneur account very easy. Now, we don't want to make it unlimited. The reason we don't want to make it unlimited, the reason we went with the credit system is because we believe that if you make it unlimited, then what ends up happening is people will send spamming messages to each other. They'll ask for connections that are not really based on what they really need. They won't value the platform as for what it is. And we want to place just value on something that has great value. So again, Neurs University, when we have the 50 classes online, somebody can literally probably with 1,000 credits, go watch, 30 or 40 of them in a month. And man, I'm telling you, they're getting a lot of value from those Neurs University classes, okay? Request a proposal from one of our providers. That will be 10 credits. Again, so that way we won't be spamming providers with a request or with messaging or stuff like that. It's 10 credits each time. And then when you make a connection, when somebody does offer to connect with you, or you offer to connect with them and the connection is made, there are no credits taken away when the connection happens because that's what Neurs is about. And use of our private meeting room and everything within it, exchanging files, all that kind of stuff is really included. It's really free within the program, okay? So any unused credits, again, get rolled over and you can always buy more credits. How's that done? Real simple. So each time a member makes an action on the page, let's say that a member says, hey, I want to see another business idea, or hey, I want to see this course that I'm really interested in that the business suggestion engine suggested for me, right? Or I want to, request from this provider a proposal. Each time an action is taken, a light box appears, okay, and it says, hey, you have this many credits, this action will cost this many credits. Do you want to cancel? You don't want to take the action? Do you want to proceed? If you hit proceed, the new credit balance is shown and you continue on. At any one point, you could always check how many credits you have and where you spend past credits, okay? And you could always, of course, like we talked about in the past, purchase additional credits, okay? If there's an insufficient balance to perform an action, the user could then buy additional credits on the site. Regardless, you can always buy more credits by going to your account /upgrades right on your settings page and always buy more credits. And you can see the credits basically, there's a discount for buying more of them. So it starts at 100 credits, which is $15. You can buy them in blocks of $15 and then move from there into 1,000 credits, which would be the equivalent of buying $99 worth of credits. 3,000 credits, you see the price there. And of course, when you buy 15,000 credits, you get that package that we talked about of $997. So it's really not an annual account that you buy. When you get started, you really are buying $997 worth of credits so you can utilize to, obviously for attending all the classes, all the university style courses, so you can make more connections, so you can do whatever you want with the platform. And that's what's exciting about what we do. So let's talk about, comparing Neurs, okay? And, a lot of people have asked us, why is Neurs going to charge people for this? Well, we believe we have a really unique product. That's one of the reasons. We believe we have a great offer. Okay, when you have a great offer, unless you're not sure about your offer, you don't offer it for free. You don't offer it for any cost or for a low cost. You offer for just value. And although comparing Neurs to any other platform is literally impossible because there's nothing like Neurs, what Neurs does is unique in the marketplace. We will try to compare our offer to other paid online services. I want to mention this: paid online services that provide a compatibility matching, connections platform, and an educational resources. This is just for comparative purposes. We're not saying that we do what these things do. This is just to compare it because there's nothing to compare it to. Hopefully that makes sense. But how does Neurs compare to, for example, eHarmony? And eHarmony, by the way, I don't know about eHarmony because I've never done an eHarmony. I'm happily married, but those people that are looking for relationships, singles, and people that, you know, obviously are divorced or whatever, they're looking for connections, right? And there in eHarmony, you can get your highest compatible person, right? And by the way, that how many people you get depends on a great, based on the people that are compatible. eHarmony is not going to match you with the entire world. They're only going to match you with the people that you have a high compatibility with, right? And their monthly plan starts at $13.95. Yeah, but that's if you buy a 2-year upfront plan, okay? If you want to choose just a monthly plan, it will cost you $60 basically to buy a compatibility matching program to find out which persons out in the world are you're most compatible with. So when we looked at that, again, this is not to compare, but this is just for you to understand the value that Neurs is providing. We're helping you find, or helping entrepreneurs find, their most compatible business ideas. Then we said, what about educational resources? Well, one of our favorite companies here at Neurs that we've used quite a bit is Team Treehouse. So if you haven't seen what Team Treehouse does, they're a phenomenal web platform. TeamTreehouse.com. These guys basically teach technology. They teach everything out there, okay? They teach a lot of different things, but basically technology. I've taken a lot of technology courses with Team Treehouse. They're phenomenal. I highly recommend them, okay? And by the way, people saying, and they charge for this? Now, isn't education free online? I mean, I talk to so many people that tend to believe that everything is free on the internet, but Team Treehouse is not free. It costed me $49 when I was paying for it. I wanted to have the best package possible, and I accessed hundreds of different classes and things, and learned a lot with Team Treehouse, and it was really interesting. Now, Team Treehouse didn't have a lot of the things that Neurs has. Did not have that compatibility platform, for example. They did not have, obviously, the getting connected or getting matched up with people. I didn't have the post offers and requests. They didn't have so many of the other capital resources that Neurs has. Obviously, Team Treehouse is just an educational platform, and just an educational platform, just like Neurs is $49 a month. You can start to understand the value that we're offering is just value because of what we're offering. And again, for those of you who think the internet's free, you have something to learn. The internet's not free, if you want something of quality of value, those things are paid services. Okay, LinkedIn, for example, LinkedIn is free if you're within your own network. If you invite people to the network and you know about people that you want to connect with. But if you want to connect people that you do not know, they're not in your network, that's not free. And so in fact, LinkedIn has a job seeker package that starts at $20 and it goes up to as much as $50, and they give you a set number of connections, set number of people that you can invite or connect with and ask for help and all that kind of stuff and help you with your career. Well, if they can offer this pricing to find a job seeker, find their ideal candidates, okay, for their jobs, obviously certainly our post offers and requests and our connections with providers and our connections platform is certainly worth at least that much, especially being with the credit system the way we built it, where you get a lot more connections than you ever would with LinkedIn. So again, we believe that part of it is properly priced. So when you compare Neurs and you look at what we're doing, we have a compatibility platform, we have a connections platform, and we have an educational platform. You can obviously see the value of what we have to offer. And of course, we're offering a very unique patent pending service that, again, does not exist yet, that is needed globally, and that pricing experts and online marketing experts have all looked at our platform and said, you got the right pricing. In fact, you might be underpricing it. In fact, the pricing, when we got our first report, it came in at $125 a month for our basic package, and it moved on from there. We rejected that offer. We said we need something more simple, and we wanted to be under $100. And so our pricing expert came back, well, if you want to be under $100, the best price would be $99 because that's just value for what you guys are offering here. And so again, that's really what we're offering right now. That's the package that we're offering. We believe we have a great offer. So in the future, so for those of you that are concerned and you're like, yeah, but aren't you going to offer some kind of free trial, or aren't you going to offer more credits or less credits, all that? Yep, all of that's in the works. We will make available after we launch, maybe 3 months after we launch, a limited free trial account. In fact, that may even coincide, by the way, I don't want to reveal a lot of things, but that may coincide with some advertising that Neurs may do on behalf of our affiliates to really, drum up business for you guys. So think about that. We have a great strategy that we're executing, and part of that strategy is just like eHarmony, just like Match.com. They once in a while, I don't know if you know this, but if you go to any one of these platforms, you have to pay to access it to really get the value. At first, it seems like it's free. You can register for free, but to really get the connections, you have to pay. But once in a while on TV, they'll announce just for the weekend only, it's available for free. Well, we'll do those types of promotions. We will never have a truly free account that everything goes. No, we won't have that because our value is too good. We value what we have and we know what we have. And obviously that's there for that. But we will make a limited free trial account that will be limited for a few days, etc., some things like that. We're going to create different price points for limited features and credits. So we will do that. Not right now. People say, why not now? Because we wanted to keep things simple. Imagine that if I threw at you 5 different packages. Then that will confuse the consumer. That might even confuse the affiliate marketer. And that's the reason why we're launching the way we're launching. For those of you who really care about our accounts and and say, how is this going to work? We did this for simplicity. We wanted to launch with a simple account base and then work it from there, where everybody gets to understand how the products work, okay? And finally, we're going to provide an unlimited account at a higher price point. We'll also have that in the works, okay? We have that for the super users of our site. That's going to be an exciting feature for them, okay? And but again, we believe we offer entrepreneurs a great value for their money, and that value, we believe, is going to increase, obviously, as more providers join the platform. And I really think that's really ultimately where the value is. The value is in the amount of connections and network that we build. You see, I believe that ultimately, when people look at our site, they're going to love the business compatibility matching. They're going to love the Neurs University, courses. They're going to love, all of our provider training and all the fact that they can post offers and get immediate answers from people and connect to capital resources with lenders, with investors, with even crowd funding, with all these tools that are going to come into the platform on the capital side. People are going to love that, okay? But I believe the greatest value we'll provide is that once we have a vibrant community of providers, that's why my number one focus right now is providers. I know the providers are going to be the hook to get literally millions of aspiring entrepreneurs worldwide to come into our platform, because we'll be the only platform that will have, basically, we will have the corner on the provider market for business opportunities, for services, and for everything that a business person, an aspiring entrepreneur needs. So I want to finish up with this. I did this last week, and I like to go back to it, which is how are online communities built? We talked last week about online communities. We talked about the provider account, okay? And we were really focusing on providers. But I want to talk to you also about the entrepreneur and really kind of challenge you about how our community is built. You see, right now we're building our community. And one of the questions that I get asked is, why do you do this system, this marketing reach system that you keep on doing, this curiosity marketing? You release information little by little. Why are you guys doing this? And really it's because we have a great product, but that great product needs lots of people from day one. We want to launch and upgrade, hopefully, 100,000 people plus. We want to get into the hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people if we can achieve it, okay? But we believe that with just, 20 or 30 or 50,000, we will have enough of a community to get us to where we want to be within a year or 2 or 3. This is a long-term process for us. We know what we're doing. So we decided, from the beginning, okay, that we wanted to build a community from the ground up. So, so one of our guys did some research online, found this graphic that talked about how our online community is built. Again, this is a chicken and the egg thing, right? What came first, the provider or the entrepreneur or the provider? Well, both. Right? Obviously, we want providers on the site, yes, but we want lots of entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs wants a lot of providers on the site. So basically, both. They both have to come together, and really, they both have to be one type of person, which is really the innovators, the early adopters. You guys, everyone that's watching this right now, you're in that little beginning stage of that community. This is an exciting moment for all of us. Okay, so communities are built like this. We go through innovators that come up with an idea and few people follow it. Then early adopters that really see the vision, buy into it. The technology is not there, the tools are not there, nothing works, okay? But they believe in the idea. Think of Apple in the beginning stages. Nothing worked, nothing was right, nothing was perfect. They were overpriced, nothing was right. But people believed in the product. In fact, they continue to be overpriced and people continue to buy, but now it's in the millions and millions. Then the early majority, right? The early majority then joins and really starts to make the product great. Then come the late majority. That's the big group, okay? And then the laggards, right? Like I talked about last week. I'm an Apple laggard, okay? I didn't buy into Apple until very recently, okay? So I've been a Windows guy for a long time. So Again, that's how communities are built. So, first you got the founders, advisors, collaborators. This is not a complete picture of all of them. There's some missing from the photo, but you get the point. People that really bought into a process, bought into a community, said, we're going to make this happen, we're going to make this work, and really put in the sweat equity to make it happen, right? And then comes the early adopters. These are the folks that, joined us on our launch events, that actually went to, all of our online presentations like these. This is you. You're the early adopters. You've even embarked on this journey, this 60, 90-day journey through this pre-marketing that we're doing, where we're actually not releasing the platform yet, and you're here because you believe in something. You saw something that captured your imagination. You saw something and said, wow, this could be huge in the next 5, 10 years. No one built Facebook for 1 year. Understand that, guys. No one built WhatsApp, which got recently sold to Facebook for something like $16 billion. Nobody did that for a few months. Businesses and ideas get built for years and years and years, for decades, really. You want that to be long term. You want those things to go on even when you're no longer around. And so we build Neurs to really help the entrepreneurial world. And so these people, the founding members that will be upgrading starting March 15th, the early adopters, you're really, I don't want to call you beta testers, but you kind of are. You're joining this process with us. You're in our journey. Okay. Then comes the early majority. These are the real users. These are the people that are going to come after April 15th, and they're going to join, by the thousands, not hundreds of thousands, not millions of them. They're going to come, right? But still, our community is going to be growing. Our community is going to be healthy. We're going to be developing the product, making things better. There's going to be a curve, but it's not that big. And all of a sudden, here comes the late majority. That's the real big users. That's really the block. That's where that's where Facebook went from 200 million to 1.2 billion. Okay. And then, of course, you hit the Facebook status, okay, where you got absolute market penetration, and then, of course, the laggers come after that, right? So just to close up, that's where we want to go. That's where we want to challenge you to go along with us, okay? Next week, we'll be covering full access and founding account details, compensations and incentives, the affiliate account options, upgrade process. We're going to go through building the reach. This is all in weeks to come, okay? And we have a lot coming up, okay? Also, don't forget to watch. We got the Reach show, the Reach Today show. Again, it's every Wednesday in English and every Thursday in Spanish. We're actually not going to broadcast it live this week. We're going to try something new with that show. We're actually going to put it right onto the VIP room and notify you when it's in the VIP room for you to watch at your leisure on demand. So we're not going to broadcast it live. It's going to be on Wednesday and Thursday. We'll let you know in those days when it's available for you to watch on demand, okay? It's hosted by our CMO, Rafael Lee, and Operations Director, Arturo de la Moa, in English and Spanish. So once again, this kind of concludes our presentation, our Neurs TV webcast for the day. My name is Frank Codina. I've been your host today to show you the entrepreneur account benefits. Now you know how that works. And let's go out and let's build this community that we set out to build. Let's begin with the end in mind. We know what we want to accomplish. We see the vision for Neurs. We now see a little bit more. We see the provider account. We see the entrepreneur account. We see how it all merges together. And now what we all have to do is basically execute the plan. Next week, we'll talk about the full access, founding member. Following week, we're going to be talking about compensation, the most awaited show ever, compensation. And then after that, guys, we're going to launch something that's going to change our lives forever. And together, we're going to build the biggest platform on earth that will help the most people achieve their dream of business ownership like never before, in a way that's never been done before. And we're happy to have you along for this ride, happy along for this journey. So thank you again for watching, and we'll see you on the next broadcast.